Rating my labor and delivery experiences on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being why on God's green earth did I ever decide to get pregnant, and 10 being give me 14 of them right now. Here's 28-year-old me the day before I go into labor with my first child in 2020. All my kids were 39 weekers. All of my kids came naturally in the 39th week. Now let's talk about my first labor. My first labor was 48 hours long. I went into labor on Friday, gave birth on Sunday. I tried to labor as much as I could at home. I did not sleep for 48 hours. In the wee hours of Sunday morning, I ended up getting to the hospital when I was about 4 centimeters dilated. Now, apparently August was the poppin' month to have babies in Oakland, California. We sat in triage for 13 hours. I mostly felt bad for my husband because he had to sleep in a chair. I labored in triage for probably the first 3 or 4 hours before getting an epidural. I was able to get intravenous drugs to take the edge off. I could hear women screaming in the triage rooms next to me. This is me chilling after my epidural. I was big chillin'. I got to sleep. I was FaceTiming my family. But the one mistake I made was not eating before my epidural. They would not let you eat after you have the epidural. So all I could eat were these popsicles. And I had about 12 of them. When I say the hospital was busy, I mean it was busy. They checked me so infrequently that the next time they checked me, I was ready to push and they had to rush me into a labor and delivery room. I got the epidural shakes bad. Now they did have to insert my epidural twice. It was just not inserted the right way. Pushed for a total of 45 minutes. Pushing with an epidural is hard and pushing a baby down your vaginal canal is the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. But I got it done. There were no big surprises during that process. A really cool part of my labor and delivery experience with my first is the fact that they asked me if I wanted to see my baby come out of me. I was like, heck yes, I want to see my baby come out of me. So they rolled a mirror out. And my husband, who was not down to watch the baby come out, was actually really, really down in the moment because of all the adrenaline and the excitement that our first child is about to be here. This first experience is actually really special to me because the bond that my husband and I had through the pushing process is something so indescribable. He was coaching me through the entire thing, counting me down. When I say I married a man, I married a motherfucking man. They plopped Jade right on top of me, had a beautiful golden hour. I did experience 2nd degree tearing, which wasn't the greatest experience having stitches, but I actually didn't notice it too much because of all the adrenaline. So all in all, 48-hour labor, a double epidural insertion, sitting in triage for 13 hours, almost an hour of pushing, having 2nd degree tearing. Oh, and I had to labor in a mask because it's 2020. No exceptions. But I did get my daughter out of this experience, and she is the first best thing to ever happen to me. So all things considered, I would give my first labor and delivery experience a 5 out of 10. In part 2, we'll talk about my second labor and delivery experience for the birth of our second child, our firstborn son, and see if that scores a higher rating. This is a much different experience than the first. See you for part 2.